All right. Go ahead.
Now, Chicago's going to be about 4 or 5 hours. Last week you complaining, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, don't be scared. I don't like that, man.
You got nothing but time.
That's what I'm talking about. Some righteous things. Now, we ain't going to do that.
If it start getting good to you, you can go on and on and on.
That's true. That's true.
And I believe you're ready, no doubt.
I hope so. Alright, this lesson is gonna be over judging and being judgmental. So anytime, it's common in this society because it's political correct society. And I don't know if anybody big on historian. I'm a big historian, so I like to see where transformations in society happen, like when did women start wearing bikinis, when did politically correctness start coming in, when did they stop?
When they start wearing bikinis?
Yeah, I'm a big historian. I like to know when society changed.
I understand. I'm messing with you. I'm sorry.
Because back in the day, they used to be in like little outhouses on the river. Women, it was a shame for a woman to come out.
For a woman to come
now,
out with anything not other than being covered.
Yeah, long john. It's basically the long johns going to the beach. But I'm just saying that but in society, it's common even in the church and outside the church. People don't. No, it's for the bathing suit type stuff. But it's common. It's common in the. It's common in
60 more years and I came around.
Yeah, it's common, that this is a very it's a society that don't like judges. Even when you go to court, I don't like the judges. The only time people like judges is when it's in their favor. I got $1 million judgment. That was a great judge. Well, not the person who got the $1 million judgment, even though they was in the wrong. Oh, I can't stand the judge. But judges are needed, and it's a good thing for people that are still judging in the land, because these are the people who Yah are working with, and they're open to Yah's law, statutes, and commandments. Because if I judge a matter in righteousness, I'm trying to save a soul, deter people from doing evil. So this is what the lesson is going to be about, and we're going to start in 2 Samuel 7:22. It's going to be a lot. Most of it is going to be in the Old Testament, and then the last part of it is going to be in the New Testament. But since the law is in the Old Testament, we're going to get in the Old Testament more so. So 2 Samuel 7:22. Alright, this is a little opening praise to Yah, 7:22. Wherefore thou art great, O Yah, for there is none like thee, neither is there any Yah besides thee, any Elohim besides thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears. So, and another part about this is going to be about the special relationship that Yah has with Zion, because Zion are the law enforcement. That those would be the people, like the police. That's Zion, is the police. When Zion's in order, they're out judging the nations, inside the nation and outside the nation. So this is and for future reference in the future millennial reign, these are going to be the police in the kingdom, in the world. Zion, 12 tribes of Israel, they're going to go out and judge the world and make sure everything's up to par. Okay, and do Deuteronomy 4 and 7. So just giving y'all a little praise right there. 4 and 7. 4 and 7. Deuteronomy 4 and 7. Alright. On down, we're going to do 7 on down to 8, I believe. For what nation is there so great, who hath Yah so nigh unto them, as Yah our Elohim is all things that we call upon him for? what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? Now, in this society, bragging about, man, my father is so just, my mom, she always doing the right thing, that's crazy. Like, so what? Like, but back then, when the world was in chaos and God's forming it, and he's dealing with a certain people, he's showing people how to live according to life, this is something to brag about. I'm doing this, man. I got on the God workout plan, and I just added 40 years to my life. Because he gave me something to live by, and you have people who y'all wasn't dealing with at that time, 27. You talking about the average person lifespan in the hood, what, 17, 25, 30, if you're lucky, but I'm using this as a metaphor to the other nation. I'm using this as a metaphor to the other nations, because they dying off, they see a porcupine, let me go eat that. Like, no, don't eat that. You getting stung, you getting an infection, and you're dead 3 months later because of the infection, because you're doing things that are not lawful to eat, and it's causing you to have undesirable end results. And this why it was bragging. We eating chicken. We just cut the chicken head off and do that. We ain't getting infections and nothing like that. We eating cow. We doing things lawful that is permissible that will yield life. And this why Zion was bragging. Like, what nation got this? So this is a wonderful thing to have laws, statutes, and judgments. Okay, 2 Samuel 7:23. So it's a good thing, man. Your parents don't care if you in the house by 9 o'clock. It's not a good thing, man. Your parents care that you in the house by 9 o'clock. They'll keep you from trouble. Because ain't nothing out there past 10 o'clock. I mean, nothing out there. You know what I mean? 7:23. 2 Samuel 7:23.
So you're going to have it on before the lights come on?
Your lights coming on?
Street lights, bro. I would be at home, boy. I was a street light kid.
Keep you safe. And everybody else laughing at you, but if they parents cared about them, they would enact laws to keep them in view. Yeah. Okay, 7:23 reads. And so this is 2 Samuel 7:23. And what one nation in the earth is like thy people? Still talking about Zion. Even like Israel, whom Yah went to redeem for a people to himself. Now, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited to be part of 12 tribes of Israel. I mean, I ain't saying nobody else, but it's an exciting thing and an honor to be. I mean, especially, during the millennial reign when you gonna get your shine on. You gonna, like, man, I've been holding back, but this is a beautiful thing, an honorable thing too. Even like Israel, whom Yah went to redeem for a people to himself, and to make him a name, and to do for you great things and terrible, which is translated to awesome, to do for you great things and awesome for thy land before thy people, which thou redeemest to thee from Egypt, from the nations and their gods. This is Zion with Yah. So this is a special people, and this is a special people for a special reason. This is Police Academy. That's what we're gonna get into that. I'm just building up the case to show that Zion is a special people. Not only is it dear to Yah's heart, metaphorically speaking, they're this way to be the lawgivers of the land. So he took a special people to build them up to do some special things. Right. Okay. Exodus 19. It's gonna be 1948. And some of Zion, get a little big-headed with this, It's an honor, but, you still got to be in humility, because that's all the people who want to get into the kingdom. So if you ever see in the future an Israelite who's a lawgiver, know they have humility. Because only the humble and the meek will get into the kingdom.
So Exodus what?
This is Exodus 19, 4 to 8. Exodus 19, 4 to 8. Alright. Now, this is going to be the agreement that Zion have with Yah. For ye have seen what I did unto Egypt, unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. See, that's that special people. Y'all doing special things to special people for a special reason. Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a particular treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And this is the one thing, in the main church, these verses are overlooked as Zion is just like, or the people who were not the people in Jerusalem, those are Khazars. But irregardless, when people don't labor in the scripture and understand that Yah has a particular special people on the planet, you just don't, that's not something that you want to overlook because they have a unique job. Because some people say it don't matter about Zion anymore, they've done away with it, it don't matter, it's not true. Okay. That's, biblically speaking, that's a lie. 5. Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice, verse 6, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation, these are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which the Most High commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that Yah hath spoken we will do. And this is these are vows, these are covenants, and and everybody know Israel, backsliding Israel, they make a vow, break it the next day, what I'm saying? So, but there's a vow here. And Moses returned to the words of the people unto Yah. And Yah said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto Yah. Okay, so we just building the ground that these are special people, that they are in charge of dispensing the law. Psalms 147, 19 to 20. 147, 19 to 20. All right. And it reads, He, Yah, showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yah. That's beautiful. At the end of that, again, it's not to boast up Israel, so to speak, but when you have a caring parent that's especially putting you in charge of the family, the company business, after that they say, praise ye Yah. For this should give us an attitude that, when we see something wrong, since Yah gave us a special duty, we should go out. Okay, your feelings might be hurt, but I've been given a job and a privilege to do, and I'm going to do that to bring life. And a lot of people in Israel just say to us smooth things. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Well, you don't hurt their worldly feelings. They're gonna be dead soon. Could have told that boy, hey, come in by 9. He stayed out till 12 and got shot. If you would have hurt his feelings, he would have still been alive. So we won't get into that, but I just wanted to build the foundation, of who's Yah's special people to go out and judge. Okay. How the judges begin is going to be Exodus 18:13. Exodus 18, verse 13 to 27. Because one of the main reason why the land keeps falling is because the judges, the judges won't judge, or there's no judges to judge the land.
They scared.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's the downfall of a nation, where nobody wants to judge. Okay, so this is Exodus 18:13-27. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses set to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning unto the evening. That's a lot of judgment right there. Morning to the evening. 14. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is the thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto evening? And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of Yah. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of Yah and his laws. And think about it, they didn't have Moses here in this particular time, and you got, well, he stole my apples. Switchblade. You know, like, if you don't have rules, laws, and judgments, your society can be uncivilized. It's a civilized people who have laws, statutes, and commandments, and it's an uncivilized people who don't have laws, statutes, and commandments. And you can look at, even though the churches and the world system seemingly have, it's abnormal, it's functioning madness. They don't have any laws, statutes, and commandments because they don't believe in the law. And you can look in the churches how dysfunctional they are. You know, you got Sister Susan stealing money, the pastor sleeping with Jimmy, the deacon wife. The deacon wife is sleeping with the drummer. You have a homosexual choir director. Why? Why is this happening? And you can see the folly that comes with not being promoting laws and not judging the matters. The churches are just following. That's what happens. Okay, in 17. And Moses, father-in-law, said unto him, The thing that thou doest is not good. This is father-in-law saying this. Thou wilt surely wear away both thou and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee. This is why when you go into Revelations, well, we got 24 elders, we got sectors, because one man just can't handle all these judgments. There has to be the local, judicial, the county, the state. You go to the Supreme Court. There's levels to judgments, and his father-in-law is acknowledging this. Man, this is going to kill you, judging all this. You need help. Okay. Hearken now, 19. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and Yah shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the cause unto Yah. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear Yah. So this is how the formation of the judges begins. Able-bodied men that fear Yah. And most people in the world to this day can't judge because they don't fear Yah. You know, we're going to get into that a little later about Matthew 7. You know, don't judge lest you be judged. They're ungodly men and women, so they don't want to judge. I judge somebody, I might get hit by a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't judge lest you be judged. But man of truth, hating covetousness. See, look at these, and these are the men that are going to be in the future in the kingdom. Man of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands and rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties and rulers of tens. And let them judge the people at all seasons, every 4 seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. And the reason why they say the small matters because you are in a land of that have a standard of judgments. We have laws, statutes, and commandments. If somebody bump into you, you should be able to judge small matters because look at we are a people of judging. We are reasonable. So this is installed in the children, and you build them up in this. And you have a society now. You might two brothers might bump into each other, and they kill each other. I mean, there's no reasonable judgment here because they weren't brought up in judgment. But every small matter they shall judge, so shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. If thou shalt see judging, man, and that's deep, man. And they shall bear the burden they shall bear the burden with thee. Imagine being Yah. You got 7 billion people to deal with. And, how do you fluctuate this? Well, yeah, I want this person dead. They molested my child. You're like, oh, well, can they repent? Oh, well, this person just hit me. I want him dead. Well, this one, judging is a burden. So when y'all put this together, man, this is a task in itself, man. Because this ain't just like you're just family. You got hundreds of billions of people to hear this prayer, hear that right there. And it takes complete wisdom to dissect all that stuff and do righteous judgment. So, kudos to Yah, because he got this, because this is a burden. Because I see people when they become managers, and oh man, gotta deal with her now. Well, this employee, well, I don't like her. This employee, I don't like him. And they looking like, man, I don't want this no more. Judging is a burden. 23. If thou shalt do this thing, and Yah command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, and all this people shall also go to their place in peace. Look at that. You leave in peace. Johnny stole your apples, y'all came to the judge, y'all was about to get in a fight, y'all worked it out, and it was shalom. Only now imagine, now imagine all the other people who don't have y'all law. Billy steal his apples, and it just is no judgments going in, no righteous judgments, and this is folly that follows. Okay. So got that, the history of Judges. Judges. Okay, now we're going to go to Psalms 75 and 7. Okay. We're going to talk about why Judges, more in depth on why Judges are needed. And then we're going to go to why laws are needed in correlation to that. So that's Psalm 75 and 7. 75 and 7. It's kind of interesting, these people that say the laws are done away with, and the whole foundation of this book that they is laws. I mean,
it started with Adam and Eve.
It's crazy, man. But 75 and 7. But Yah is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another. Judgments. For in the hand of Yah there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poured out of the same. But the dross thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. So look at this, man. Anybody who come before Yah with folly, man, he gonna give you what you want. He gonna give you what you want. But this is why judges are needed, because for the wicked of this earth, this is what they have to look forward to, and it brings peace to the people who are experiencing unjust. When you go to the judgment, like, I've been living like this for 10, 20 years, now I don't see no justice. Well, just like the court system, it takes a long time to process a case. It's the same thing with Yah. So these are comforting attributes of Yah that judgment is coming, and it's going to be fierce judgments too. That's why they say it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of an angry God. So that's what's coming. Okay, now we're going to go to Psalms 82 and 1. 82 and 1. 82 and 1. Yah standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judges among the gods. Meaning, not like Zeus and everybody. He means like fellow Israelites, because it's like you used to saying the other day, y'all gods, but it's a little different. He's talking about he's judging amongst Israel, because the scriptures say, don't you know that ye are gods, small g, a little lower than the angels. So that one just wanted to touch this laying the foundation for judgment. Okay, and now we're going to go to Proverbs 6 and 20. 6 and 20. Proverbs 6 and 20. 6 and 20. And just, yeah, I'll see it when I see it. Okay. It's going to be chapter 6, 20 to 26. My son, keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thine heart, and tie them about thy neck. Look at this, man. This is some deep stuff. You ever tied a knot on something, couldn't get the knot out? Wisdom is saying, man, when you get these laws and these commandments and statutes that no other nation was given, they later on was given it through the Israelites. He say, tie it on you. Make it real tight so you can't get it off you. And it's for a reason why you're going to see. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. How many people having nightmares? How many people can't deal with demons in their nightmares? Because that law ain't really tied on your neck. And Satan just up in there ravaging you at night. When your eyes are up, everything good. Oh, happy day, happy day. But when you close them eyes, since that law ain't tied around your neck, Satan like, I know the truth. Bah, bah. I'm just saying, that's one thing, man. Because that's deep right there. That's talking about nightmares. If you ain't got the law in your mind and tied around your neck, you don't have no peace, man.
Wow.
You look tired, Bill. Yeah. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee.
Wow.
Now that's
beautiful.
That's the reward right there. Just as I was telling Brother Ishmael before we came, I was eating. I was putting together a lesson, and so I was speaking something to eat. But I was talking to him. He was like, "Man, ain't got no pork in there." I'm like, "Man, come on, man." But that led me to a conversation. That led me to a conversation because this happened to me numerous amounts of time. And I was like, man, this is the reward, because I've been eating something, and the spirit was like, go read the ingredients. I bought it. When I bought it, it said beef or chicken, but something particular was in it that I overlooked and I didn't know. I go look at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a restaurant, something just don't feel right.
Yes, go ahead.
Hey man, y'all sure this ain't got, oh, I'm sorry you got pork in there. But that's the spirit of the law that's in you when you tie it on your neck.
Glory,
you know what I'm saying?
Glory, yes.
So that's the beautiful thing. So
yes.
When you got the law gonna guide you. Don't talk to her. Oh, I see why I wasn't supposed to talk to her. The spirit was talking to me. The law's in me. Okay?
She's a devil.
And we're gonna get to that too. It's kind of funny how the law, statutes, and commandments, for the 23, for the commandments is a lamp, and the law is light. And reproof of instruction are the ways of life. And this is what this world hates. It hates. This is a political correct society that hates reproof. You're too judgmental. Why every time you come around is I ain't doing this? How about let live and let this live? I remember back in the day, because I always been quote unquote judgmental. People always, you always judge me because it's just in me. This is something just in me. When I see something wrong, I want to judge. It's like I got to. And a friend of mine, he was like, man, you always judging people. I was like, man, there's enough foolish people in the world for me just to be a straight judge. I mean, you got enough foolishness in the world. Let me just be a straight judge. You know what I'm saying? You want foolishness? Oh, there. There's enough of foolishness in the world. 24. To keep thee from the evil woman. I was amazed when I read that a few days ago, Brother Ishmael. Now, this law, this wasn't going about no evil women, but this is very interesting that the scripture says, keep the commandments and let it be a light to thy life, and law is light, and reproof of instruction or the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattering of the tongue of a strange woman. And I thought that was very interesting. As we talk about this, the evil women ain't no joke. The evil women ain't no joke, because this really ain't got nothing to do with women, so to speak. We was just talking about commandments, and it went straight to, you do all this so you don't fall into her trap. That's how evil, wicked women are. Not godly women, evil women. Okay? Okay. Then I'll read down to 26. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulterers will hunt for the precious soul. And that is what the evil, the shaitan, the Satan wants to do. Don't keep the commandments. Don't keep the lamp of life, so Satan can get the precious soul, your life. Got another one. Got a bag full of marbles of precious life. So it's reasons why you keep the law, and these are the reasons why you keep the law. Proverbs 13:14. A few chapters over. 13:14. 13:14. The law of the wise is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. Like, and this is why in the beginning Israel was bragging so much. What other nation got laws like this? Because the other nations can't say. They falling through snares and traps each and every single day. What's this jail right here called? The Onslaught County Jail? Full of people who fell for the snares and the traps because they didn't have the law. They didn't have it tied around their neck. And now you're in the jail. It makes 771. What y'all say them numbers? The numbers what your mind. Number 71-1. Okay? And I read that the law of the wise is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. Now think about reading this in a typical Christian church when they say the law is done away with. How you gonna say something so beautiful in such a fountain of life? It's done away with. So you saying by the law done away with, the fountain of life is done away with. All you got is sewage water. Psalms 89:14. So anybody who tell you, man, the law done away with, they trying to have you drink death.
Hey,
Yes,
wasn't God, y'all give the Israel